Hello, hello, hello. It's your favorite neighborhood birdie here once again. And, well, that last song's kind of appropriate that it chose to play, because, that is absolutely how I felt it by the end of yesterday's stream. Like, I'm not joking, I ran the figures. Literally only 2 people showed up to my stream yesterday. 2 people. And one of them didn't say anything. But I still appreciate them coming by anyway. I just wish that, you know, more people than bots would turn up and say something. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but fuck. Whatever. Anyway, despite the title of the stream, we are not doing the Calisto protocol, we're doing the Calisto U protocol. Or, at the very least, State's Attorney investigations involving, featuring Calisto U. She's a complete bitch. Remember that last time. But Kay's father is dead. The person that he was prosecuting is dead. And Dick Gumshoe can't keep his sticky hands off sweet stuff. By which I mean the Swiss roll, not anything else. As soon as I said that, I was like, let me rethink that, shall we? Oh, I'm glad nobody's here to see that. Woo! Alright. So, let's begin and find out the truth behind the KG8 incident. Okay, defendant lobby number 1. So this is next door to where the murder actually happened, which was defendant lobby number 2. Flowers. Well, the window is open, to be fair. Uncle bad. Uncle? Looks like she managed to escape the mail. Yeah, something like that. No, that's not quite it. Aw. Hey, you're still a bit too young to be wearing that. Are you seriously telling a 10-year-old that she's too young to wear perfume? Oh, how we live in a different age. But since you found it, I guess I can let you keep it. Oh, yay. Something else for you, okay. More fucking Swiss rolls, Jesus. Earlier, I ate one of these with gummy. Yep. Gummy is. He was trying to be nice to me because I was going to get in trouble. And then he got in trouble because he lied to protect me. You're crying in front of strangers, Kay. I know he didn't kill Daddy. Yeah, you're damn right. Oh, please, he'd be a bit more than sad. What are they? Where is it? You've been breaking promise number 4! No, I haven't memorized what all the promises are at this point. It's the Mr. from before and the lady too. It's the Mr. and the lady. Now, if you blow your nose in my goddamn cravat again, I'm gonna be a little upset. Yeah, I guess. He doesn't look too convinced, to be fair. Oh, we're not in the crime scene, are we? People are free to investigate things outside of the actual crime scene. Yeah, true. You also had a few things you wanted to look into. Got a problem with that? I have problems with everything. Alright, but just don't go next door. I'm counting on you. Okay. I know Gummy really isn't the bad guy, I mean it. So please, find the real bad guy, okay? Oh, I intend to. My dear, I intend to. Ow, my eye is killing me all of a sudden. I won't forgive whoever did this. You're dead to me. But in the absence of the perfect piece of testimony and evidence... Yeah, you're also dead to Von Karma. Or Manfred, anyway. Well, to be fair, Franny just wants to whip the shit out of you. There is no one else who could be the true crumpet. The true crumpets. Jesus Christ. I blame the cold temperature. I was out in it about an hour ago. Ironically, getting a new jacket. Fuck. The true culprit, other than Detective Gumshoe. It's probably a good thing he's not the true crumpet. He may try to eat himself. Of course she did! You can't keep this girl on a tight leash. Speaking of, if you keep keeping girls up. Oh no, you can't speak to Francisca. Okay. Alright, so let's have a look around in here. Herbal tea, Jesus. I fear that more than being relaxing, this scent may make one a bit heady instead. Yeah, it is a bit... I imagine it's... Too much of a good thing can be nauseating. You put in a special request for that. But really? Okay. Neither woman should be allowed to comment on this particular topic. Ever. Wow! Miles Edgeworth. Misogynist. Alright, anything else? No, it's kind of blank here. May not look like much, but I find that ordinary tables like this one are very useful. So do most people? I think it's time they bought a new one. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I wonder if they'll replace this table if I hit it enough with my whip. More likely they'll make you replace it. Alright, we have another TV. This television is the same model as the one in lobby number 2. And the two rooms are basically the same in terms of layout and supplies. Interesting. Okay, so that's good to note. So here I can see down into the courthouse courtyard from here. Okay. Hell, knowing the way this game's fucking laid out, you can probably see the ladies' room from here. What is that mess supposed to be? It's like an optical illusion. It's supposed to be postmodern in design. Oh gosh. Yep. Francisca does not like Pomo. Or like thoughtlessness in design, yeah. Oh, still can't move. I can't disagree there, really? Alright. Comments on the plant. This decorative plant's leaves are shinier than the ones on the plant in number 2. Shinier? Probably because it's next to the windows where it's easier to photosynthesize. Ah, okay, that's a point. You may be right, the curtains are always drawn in the lobby too, okay. The caretakers of this courthouse don't think enough about the plants, do they? No, they only care about human lives. Oh, okay, well there's that too, yeah. Alright, this one's open. One of the windows of this lobby is open as well, but it's the opposite side, interestingly. The air conditioner is working just fine in this room, so why did they open it, I wonder? Have you not heard of global warming? What's wrong with opening a window on occasion? I mean, I say that as a Brit, where air conditioning is a myth rather than global warming. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I had a rushed lunch as well. That expensive painting is ill-suited to be hanging on the wall of this room. Why? I wonder if a guard detail should be placed on it. A guard detail? Well, a desperate low-paid detective might make off with it someday. You never know. I don't even think Gumshoe's that desperate. She may be thinking about hiring a guard, but it's obvious she isn't factoring in that guard's salary whatsoever. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, at the end of the day, whoops, I did not mean that. I also didn't know I could even leave. Alright, I'm going back in. Because we need to talk to the detective first, I believe. Anyway, hurry up and get to the point. Yeah, okay, fine. I don't have time to waste. Really? And yet you can't stop treating yourself. That sounds like you'd rather be left alone. Wrong! Yes, the overpowering smell permeating the room. Upon entering the room, I thought I was going to suffocate. That's probably why the window's open, to be fair. It's the ultra-strong perfume Yu wears. She spilled some of it. Okay. I was having a bad time with it myself. Yeah, fair enough. I didn't think twice and opened the window. But that smell's still here. Okay. So the sweet scent in the air is perfume. Francisca, everything to you is cheap. She said it's a famous brand from overseas. Well, there goes that theory. It's a knockoff! No disrespect, but she forced one of those bottles on me. Here, little girl, you can have it. I don't think he wants it. Well, it's not fucking Maybelline, it's not Chanel No. 5. Come the fuck on! Yes. Yeah, I suppose so. Same perfume as the one spilled in lobby number 1, okay. And so now we have the perfume Miss Yu wears. Just fantastic. Oh, I'll check something because I saw something on the description there. Oh, I can't examine it. Okay, never mind. I thought I saw something written on the bottom. No, a few other things. Alright, so during the recess. So you were in this room the entire recess. Yep. I made a call to the precinct to get that big lug down here. But other than that, I was waiting for the recess to end in here. Okay, so you weren't in here prior to the phone call. But since returning from the phone call, you were. And he stated that you were in this lobby with Miss Yu. Okay. Ran into her in the hallway. She said she wanted to talk to me about something, so we came in here. And then, until Detective Gumshoe's arrival, you and Miss Yu were in 2 different locations. Okay. She seems to have a great dislike for you. She seems to have a great dislike of everyone. Miss Yu is the sister of the victim of the KG8 incident. And Detective Bad was the lead detective on that case. Based on the reaction earlier, I would actually guess that it was because, the other guy, the defendant of that case, what was it? Manny Cochin? Was found not guilty. Oh yes, yeah. Yeah. I also know that today's trial involving the Cadopian Embassy staff member is being referred to as the second KG8 incident. Yes. It's something we established quite early on, actually. Yep. Meet with the goods. Okay. Yep. Alright. So, the KG8 incident. Tell me about it. Not exactly a happy story. What is these games? Other than the people who were directly involved, you two will be the first to hear what I'm about to tell. Okay. It's a fucking lollipop?! I thought it was a toothpick or something. Okay, I won't lie, I wasn't quite ready for that. Okay, the honest truth behind the KG8 incident. I've also just realised that not only is his jacket all full of holes, his tie is too. Well, maybe not full of holes, but there's certainly the bottom of it. I've heard of using things to destruction, but fucking hell. Faraday, you and I, as you already know, we 3 were involved with the KG8 incident. Yep, we did know that. Faraday and I, we were originally on the trail of a smuggling room. Yep. That's the one. Oh no, it's not. That trial was just a front. But the case became tainted. All because the witness who was going to testify, well, died. That the Amana Group's ties to the smuggling ring CCU was killed, yes. Then what became of the secretary who was arrested? Manny Cochin, right? Oh no! The secretary was Colin Devery. Manny Cochin's another one. Okay. To be honest, the guy didn't know a thing about the smuggling ring. But didn't he serve like 7 years of a sentence? Only to then die in relation to the smuggling ring anyway. But he confessed to knowing about it anyway. Devery was probably being intimidated by the big boss man. Just another scapegoat. The boss man of the Amano Group. Yeah, Eridist. I can't be right. It's probably just Detective Bad's personal hypothesis. Well, we don't know, and I'm getting messages like crazy. Give me 2 seconds. Two seconds. I like the music though, at least. What's he trying to do? Suspect Mr. Romano of being involved with smuggling. Quite difficult to secure an acquittal after he confessed. Yeah, fair. But the man who killed CCU, Manny Cochin, was a completely different person. But since he's already been acquitted once of her murder, the double jeopardy law comes into effect. If I remember correctly, I heard that Mr. Faraday had an important piece of evidence stolen from him. That's true. But it wasn't his fault. What do you mean? It was your fault. Faraday, Cece, I was supposed to protect them both. Well, you've done an upstanding job so far. Because you did mention that, yes. About how Detective Bad was supposed to guard her sister. And failed! But even I, who was supposed to protect them, I fell into their trap. The holes of this jacket are a testament to that trap. What, you were shot at? No, okay. Okay. Only about half of these are from that case. Okay. But the reason I continue to wear this jacket is to remind myself of the lessons I learned from the KG8 incident. Okay, so there's pseudo-sentimental value. Negative sentimental value, but still. I couldn't protect CCU, and the suspect was found not guilty. We had hit a brick wall, as far as the law was concerned. And that's when she came to the courtroom, the victim's sister. That's when I first met Calisto you. Alright, so what's your relation to you? It was on the day of the verdict the KG incident was handed down. Yep. We apologized to her from the bottom of our hearts. Yep, fair. It was all we could do. But just saying you're sorry won't bring my sister back, she said. Regrettably, true. And then she gave me a hard slap across the face. I hope you weren't eating a lollipop at the time. I'm not quite sure how to respond to that. Well, it ain't you, so deal with it. You said it herself, that she never wanted to see either of us ever again. And yet, here we are, 3 years later. After that, you've seen her many times over, yes. Faraday and I, even after the KG8 incident had come to a close, we continued to hunt down the smuggling ring and got involved in a variety of cases. But but it was no use. We cracked so many different cases. But the result was always the same. We couldn't find the real mastermind behind the ring. It was in the pursuit of the ring that we met you once again. It was during another trial related to the smuggling ring. Faraday was the prosecutor and I as the lead detective. Took to the witness stand. She appeared out of the blue as the defense attorney. Her client was related to the smuggling ring and she was defending them? What the fuck? You was pursuing the ring as best she could as a lawyer. I think she defended Rel this time for the same reason. But to get close to them? I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG8 incident, alright? Okay. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rel was to be his lawyer. Okay. I had no intention of covering for him, ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. Okay. Well, it's not really helping them per se, it's more just performing a civic duty, but I see your point. I could have stolen this lollipop from you. That's how naive you are. You mean the one that's been in your mouth the entire time? Just like us, you felt that she had hit the limit of what the law could do. That's all. To be fair, Manfred did say that there are a few people... Like, nobody is above the law, but a few scant exceptions, or something along those lines. Now, ain't that the truth? You two are still too young, but one day you'll know what I mean. But enough sidetracking, yes. What matters is that we met you again in pursuit of the smuggling ring. That's all. Okay. And your relation to Faraday himself. You even seem to know Kay fairly well. Yes, that's true. I met him when he was a rookie prosecutor. Known him ever since. Okay, so a couple of years at least. And Kay, I've known her since the day she was born. Okay, so 10 years then, at least. Faraday and I, we cracked quite a few cases together. But you seem to have made no progress at all in the Yadagaratsu case. Oh, I think we did hit a nerve. I only have one thing to say to you. No one knew more about the Yadagaratsu than me and Faraday. That's why I was called upon to testify in today's trial. To prove that Rel was not the real Yadagaratsu. Which is fair enough. He even said at the end there that he's not the real Yadagaratsu, but the person that is was Faraday. Hence the whole reason we're here. Which I would have done if he hadn't turned around and accused Faraday. After the accusation, I was asked to testify, but this time, to prove or disprove the accusation. I guess I won't be doing that either. Not really. Alright, we need more info on the Yatagaratsu. You claim to know much about the Yatagaratsu. Would you care to share what you know with me? KG8 incident and the second incident. Both of these cases are tied to the smuggling ring. And in both of these cases, the witness who was to testify about the ring was murdered. However, there is one point in which they differ. And that's the presence or absence of the great thief Yatagaratsu. Mr. Rao claimed to be the Yatagaratsu, however, in the middle of the trial, he suddenly declared Mr. Faraday to be the real Yatagaratsu. Then, during the recess, they were both killed. Don't you find that to be the least bit odd? Well, yes. I believe that there must be some reason that the two men suspected of being the Yatagaratsu were both killed at the same time. And so, in order to catch Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rao's cold-blooded killer, I feel I need to learn as much as I can about the Yatagaratsu. Fair enough. Oh, I caught a timber. If it'll help you solve this case... I'll tell you the reason why we've never caught the Yatagaratsu. Do tell! Oh please, he would have enjoyed it. I dare say, judging by the state of his jacket, he might have as well. Edgeworth not so much! It still accidentally whipped me anyway! There are three main reasons why the Yatagaratsu will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagaratsu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagaratsu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. Third, the Yatagaratsu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever. Okay. The Yatagaratsu has never been caught on tape, never tries to draw anyone's attention, and would never do something as lowbrow as commit murder. That's how I knew that Rao wasn't the real Yatagaratsu right away. Okay, Franny's got a point. Okay, there is more. What's different about this time was the evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police. And the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Kadobian embassy. The Yatagaratsu. Until now, the Yatagaratsu would always publicise any corrupt dealings through the mass media. But not this time. The evidence this time was something only Faraday and I, and a select few others knew about. And how can you be sure? Well, that's easy. A special card that only the Yatagaratsu uses was attached. That's how I can be so sure. Whenever the Yatagaratsu wants to publicise something, a white card is sent along with the stolen information. Does that look familiar? But when we questioned Rel about what was sent along with the white card, Rel had no idea what it was. Interesting. Oh, hello. What? His Honor would like to transfer the evidence from today's trial over to you. Okay. Okay, so I need to go to the courtroom. Fair enough. Now that's a pointed question and a half. Finding the answer to that question is the only reason I'm still alive. Still alive? I became a prosecutor to find the answer to that question myself. And to play a part in ensuring that all criminals everywhere are found guilty. Okay, there's been some movement in the court, it looks like. Hey, you sent for me! Yeah. And you experience cross-referencing as well. I now have a greater appreciation for just how hard it is to give testimony. Well, it's not gonna stop your boldness from you know, passing judgment when necessary. Aha. You might want to whip him a couple of times. And I would, except that the defense attorney is yet to arrive. Okay. She's busy with the investigation, so let's keep this brief. Yes, so let's get the, Okay. Confirm that all the pieces of evidence are present. Okay. Furthermore, the evidence that was used in the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel are also included, so please go ahead and use them in your investigation into their case. Alright. The pieces of evidence that were used in the murder of those two men. This could be a very good chance for you to find new leads regarding their case. Maybe even something that will finally lead me to the truth. It would be nice. I placed all the evidence over at the prosecutor's bench for you. Well, I can't help but notice there's something on the defense bench as well. Alright. Evidence that Miss Yu prepared is just sitting here at this table. I don't intend to walk off with it. I just intend to memorize it. Miss Yu must have been caught off guard by her client's sudden accusation. I wonder how she would have defended Mr. Rel in that case if he was still alive. Alright. So what do we got here? Everything that was in the bag. Okay. Well, at least you're honest. For God's sake. Alright, girlie, don't get your ovaries in a twist. Alright, it's also real to see the knife up close. What, seeing the gun up close is not as real? So we have the knife, the gun, an envelope, and an organizer? I completely forgot to tell you. They found Mr. Faraday's personal organizer inside that evidence bag of his. Detective Bad requested it be passed along to you. He said it would help with the investigation. Okay. Never look a gift horse in the mouth. That's ironic, because I said the exact same thing when I was in town not a couple of hours ago. May as well flip through it too. Yeah, not the worst idea. Alright, I'm going to start with the gun. Originally used to kill the Cadopian embassy staff member. When the crime was reported, the responding police found Mr. Rell still holding it, which led to his immediate arrest. And then this gun took the original shooter's life. How ironic. There doesn't seem to be anything else we can learn from this piece of evidence. Alright, fair enough. Alright, well, next up the blade. The knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday. Who would have thought that such a beautiful piece of art? I don't know if you can really call a switchblade a piece of art, but okay. Alright, we've got this big imposing envelope. Let's have a look here. I took a quick look through these documents before the trial started. Well, be my guest, Franny. On the night of September 8th, an embassy staff member was killed in front of the embassy. That's Mr. Deedman. Still love that name, by the way. The staff member died of shock due to being shot in the heart. Died of shock due to being shot in the heart. He got shot in the heart and he didn't... He didn't... Okay, I'm confused by that. Mac Rell was brought in that night as a suspect and thoroughly questioned. Because the murder weapon was found on him, for which he was arrested on the spot. Which makes sense. That's simpleton. Perhaps he was, because the weapon wasn't the only incriminating evidence we had. Mr. Rell was caught in the act on film by a security camera. Yep. The Cadopian embassy security system is supposedly very well designed. He may have simply not been aware that there was a camera in the area. Have you seen the contents of the video for yourself? Just the still of it. It was played during the trial by Mr. Faraday. Okay. I'm going to take that as a potential thumbnail. Well, I can definitely confirm that Deedman was definitely dead. You can clearly identify Mr. Rell on it, even the sound of the gunshot was crystal clear. Christ. I don't think I'd ever want to see the moment of someone's death in real life. I have, unfortunately. It's, you can't, unless you've gone through it, you don't know. I'll just leave it at that. Alright, so that covers that. Alright, let's examine the organizer, because this is kind of new. Mr. Faraday's organizer. It appears he was in the habit of using it. And wrote a strategy for getting Mr. Rail convicted down in here. Okay. I have collected the evidence I need to prove that Rail was the killer. Okay. I have collected the evidence I need to prove that Rail was the killer. Between the handgun Rail had on him when he was arrested and the surveillance tape, I should be able to prove he was the one. Prove that he was the one. His deal? Okay. It appears that Faraday honestly believed that Mr. Rail was the killer in the case. I mean, as a prosecutor, you kind of have to work with what you've got. The sound of his handgun going off was recorded with superb clarity on the surveillance video. I also have evidence that I can use to prove that Rail is not the real Yatagarasu. Curious. No matter how he may try to play it, as long as I have the Yatagaratsu's key, I can prove he's a phony. If I present it to him in court, it should clear everything up. The Yatagaratsu's key? It's been a long battle. I hope that this will finally bring it to an end. This organizer was a clue straight from Mr. Faraday, yeah. I'll have to take my time and give it a thorough read later. And there's a picture stuck between the pages here. It appears to be a key. A rather ornate one at that. Just look at the design on the handle. It's a strange looking key, but okay. I mean, you'll get no argument from me. I guess? Detective Bad said something earlier. The evidence was sent to the police. That the sender was none other than one who infiltrated the Cadopian embassy, the Yatagarasu. I'm trying to hold a sneeze back, by the way. Good news. I'm no longer holding a sneeze back. Alright, so here's a question for you. Why did the Yatagaratsu change tack? Mr. Faraday must have been trying to keep this secret key safe. As the prosecutor in both the Yatagaratsu and smuggling ring cases, yeah, that is expected. So, we got the photo of the Yatagaratsu's key. What? But he didn't mention anything about a knife in his organizer. The weapon that was used to kill the Cadopian embassy staff member was the gun. But if that's the case, where did the knife that was used to murder Mr. Faraday come from? Well, anyone with half a brain cell that isn't Francisca could probably figure it out at this point. But I'll keep it quiet just to be on the safe side. It was brought to the courthouse by Mr. Rell. Ah, but was it? It's the only logical conclusion, right? Well, as things stand, yes. But there's more to it than that. Oh, no, because it's not easy to smuggle a weapon like that in here. Every person who enters the courthouse doors is checked thoroughly for contraband. Okay, so, like weapons and shit. Furthermore, the suspect was handcuffed. Okay, so yes, definitely had no opportunity to bring it. Making it impossible for him to bring a knife as large as this inside. So how did the knife end up here? Well, I think, well, I need to think carefully here. There was nothing related to the knife written anywhere in Mr. Faraday's organizer. However, it is a fact that this knife came from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. Conversely, there's one item listed in Mr. Faraday's organizer that no one has claimed to have seen today. So in order to solve this mystery, I believe I'll need to take another good look at the evidence. Yeah, we do know the answer. One of the pieces of evidence we've been holding has been hiding a secret of its own. It was through this piece of evidence that the knife was brought into the courthouse. It's the Yatagaratsu's key.
Take that!
This Yatagaratsu's key Mr. Faraday mentions in his organizer. This is how the knife was brought into the courthouse. No, he's making perfect sense if you think about it. Ding, ding, ding. Both the Yatagaratsu's key in this photo and the murderous knife have this very unique design on their handles. Furthermore, even though Mr. Faraday mentions the Yatagaratsu's key, the only object we found at the crime scene was the knife. And there's you've caught up. Yes, I do mean to say that these two pieces are in fact one and the same. Why is it impossible? Yeah, we should check it. Yeah. I mean, obviously we got the blood here. What does this say about the blood? It's the weapon that was used to kill Mr. Faraday. The handle and the blade itself both have beautiful designs worked into them. There's even a flower-shaped design in the gold section. Is that a Cadopian emblem? If this hadn't been used as a tool for murder, I'd want it for myself. Well, it has, so tough shit. Yeah, drawn to the embellishments. I mean, to be fair, it is pretty well embellished. But no, we are more interested, if I can figure out which, there we go, there's the zoom out button. We are more interested in that. Yeah, so we've had the key the entire time. So the weapon used to kill Mr. Faraday is actually the key the Yatagaratsu stole. Mr. Faraday only mentioned the key aspect of this piece of evidence in his organizer. It's possible that even he had no idea the key was hiding a knife blade inside. But if that's true, only someone who knew about the key to knife trick could have killed Mr. Faraday. With the knife, yes. Even among law enforcement, the key was top secret. We're looking for someone who knew even more about the key than even Mr. Faraday. And, well, that's a short list. I mean, the only person it could be is the one who sent the key in the first place. The Yatagaratsu. Maybe Mr. Rao really was the Yatagaratsu. And he was the one who killed Mr. Faraday. Is that one possible scenario? No. Because he was also convinced that Rao was not the Yatagaratsu. Besides, as I'd said earlier, Rao had no idea what it was. Alright, I guess the person who knows the trick behind this key is someone else, and that person is the real Yatagaratsu. Okay. Alright, so I think we've covered everything at this point. No, we haven't. We're short one piece of evidence. We are? And the piece that's missing is the surveillance video that was put. Ah, okay. The video showing the moment in which Mr. L committed the murder. Where could it have gone indeed? It's a good question. You just love depressing the man, don't you? I dare not lick my duties. Jesus Christ, get your hearing checked, man. But I brought Mr. Faraday's whole bag with me from the crime scene. Okay. Maybe the tape is still somewhere at the crime scene. Yeah, there is something wrong here. Something about this missing piece of evidence. It would appear that for me to find the answers I seek, I'll have to pay another visit to the scene of the crime. Lobby number 2. And away we go! Oh my... Is that who I think it is? He looks so formal. What are the teachings of Lang Ji say now? Not found it yet. Looked everywhere. Okay. God, he's gonna bug up his ass. I mean, we all know who he is at this point, but yeah. Whoever he was, I've never seen a more impudent officer in my life. And you've seen Scruffy. Does he even know that we're standing right here behind him? He's literally holding a fucking mirror. What do you think? I have eyes in the back of my head. No, you don't. You have a mirror. So that mirror isn't for vanity's sake. It's for him to keep an eye on who or what is behind him at all times. That actually makes a bit of sense. The guy came here from the Republic of Zhengfa. He's Agent Lang. He's an asshole. Just kidding about asshole. He's trying everything he can to revive the lost honor of his family. Yeah, he's mentioned something about that in future. He's traveling the world to study different philosophies of detainment from scratch. I mean, sometimes dedication to the job is exactly what you need. He's still just a rookie cop, but it says it's all a strong judge of some sort. Yeah. The guy's more useful than Gumshoe, even if he is rude. dude. My dick is more fucking useful than gumshoe as a person. He hears a lot of guts to come to this country and give prosecutors a hard time. However, I can think of one young lady that statement also applies to. Oh, get wrecked, Franny. Earlier, that little girl was poking around in lobby number 1 as well. Like I said before, it's got nothing to do with the two of you. Ah, but it does. Okay, this is the game I must play then. I will take this opportunity. Draw out what he's been hiding and what happened in this room straight from him. Alright. Have at you. That is one tiny TV. Tiny? Jesus. Anything you compare with something he owns will always seem grandiose. Fair. I'd say that ego of yours could use a little deflating. You're not wrong. Alright. Earlier, you were in lobby number 1, and now you're here in lobby number 2. Quite a busy man. Oh yeah. Multiple returns to a crime scene brings about success. Yeah, they also say murderers often return to the scene of a crime. Criminals, sorry, not murderers specifically. Don't have anything left to say. Ah, but you do. I will draw my answer for you one way or another. Yes, it might actually. I gave Faraday's notebook to the judge earlier. That's help enough, don't you think? Okay. We may have to present something here rather than talk to him. I'll talk to him just in case. I refuse to answer? Any more investigating you do would be a waste of time. No, I disagree. Besides, how am I supposed to answer questions about things I don't know about? Exactly, you should. Yeah. They may prove to be the key to getting some answers to him. Alright, well, enjoy your key. Okay, I suppose I could have done the photograph as well, but yeah. So of course you did. It's my job to know everything related to the Yadagaratsu case. Absurd! Mr. Faraday was planning to use this Yadagaratsu's key to prove that Mr. Rao was not the real Yadagaratsu. However, Mr. Faraday had no idea that it was in fact a knife. Neither of you knew that, okay. If neither of us knew, then no one in law enforcement knew either. How did we miss something as big as this? Lack of eyesight? Plot armor? Take your pick. I noticed that since a little while ago you appear to be searching for something. I dare say I know what you're looking for. And why are you searching for the key? Because I promised Faraday that I'd protect that key with my life. But after he was killed, the key disappeared from Faraday's evidence bag. Who would have thought the key is what took Faraday's life? Alright, time for some testimony. Okay. But it doesn't matter how many times I tell you about what happened, nothing will change. Well, try me. This is the last time I'm going to do this, okay? Alright, here we go. Testimony proper. Detective Bad's movements. I was in lobby number 1 talking with you. We were talking about some trivial things. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene. When we heard it, you and I immediately dashed out into the hallway together. I saw Gumshoe goofing around there, and then we all ran into lobby number 2. I mean, it sounds like the same story, but I don't think it is. Yeah, we're gonna need to press L here. Because some of what he just said doesn't entirely add up. I was in Nobby? I was in Nobby! The less I say about that, the better. Hold it! I think I'm going to need to press everything, honestly. Okay. We were talking about some trivial things. Okay. Define trivial. Hold it! Trivial stuff. It was nothing important. Such as... Moving on! Okay. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene. That was... That was the balloon you heard though, wasn't it? Hold it! Okay, didn't hear any other strange sounds until the gunshot. Okay. Yes, that's true. Alright. I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot. But... there was a bang about 20 minutes prior. The judge testified to that fact. I think that's her contradiction. And I think it was the balloon. Sorry, the perf. It's because I looked at the perfume. That's why I said that. Objection! There we go. It's the same color as the one Kay was holding. That's because it was hers. Yeah, I was sitting with her up in the gallery. During the recess, just before we split up, I filled that balloon up for her. Aww. Fragment was found in the hallway right in front of lobby number 2. Furthermore, it was the sound of this balloon popping that the judge mistook for a gunshot. No. On top of that, his order said that he heard the balloon pop about 20 minutes prior. Yeah. Which means that His Honor heard the balloon pop in the hallway when you were in lobby number 1. And if you're in lobby number 1 at the time, you were close enough that you should have heard the balloon popping as well. And yet you didn't. What do you mean, so? The crackling of the truth is louder than the sound of your sweet naivete cracking. Oh, God. Well, then, make with the goods. And since you kids don't seem to know, let me fill you in on something. Did you ever stop to think why the doors and walls of this place seem so rugged? That's because they were designed to keep secrets from being leaked. The doors and walls are super thick. The window panes are double layered. To top it all off, even the curtains are made of a special sound-absorbing material. No wonder this place was so fucking expensive. Since I was shut up inside lobby number 1, there was no way I could have heard that sound. And that means that Scruffface's testimony is completely useless. If the rooms are soundproof, then of course you wouldn't hear any sign of a struggle. And yet, a gunshot was still heard. That's also why it's only natural that I didn't hear the balloon popping. How do you get it, kids? The other way around, yes. Ding, 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 ding. It's not possible to hear the sound of a balloon popping if one were in lobby number 1. However, if we examine the situation in reverse, a person standing in the hallway should not be able to hear the real gunshot either. And yet, Detective Gumshoe claims to have heard it while he was standing in the hallway. But you literally just testified that everything's soundproof, so you shouldn't have been able, you didn't hear the balloon pop. If the rooms are as soundproof as you say they are, then how did the sound of the gunshot into your ears? Exactly. Guess I'm more out of it from Faraday's murder than I thought. Maybe. Which means what exactly? In the end, what does it all boil down to? What indeed? There must be a reason as to how Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard a gunshot they theoretically couldn't have. Okay, we need to examine the crime scene again. Perfume you wear, she spilled some of it. Window in lobby number 1 was open to allow the perfume as you spilled to dissipate. Okay. Lobby number 2's television set to an incredibly high volume. We did notice that. The surveillance video. How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go? And we are forced into the into this page. We're actually forced into it. Now we've been hanging on to the evidence of lobby number 2's window since pretty much the beginning of the chapter. This is the point that we can finally connect the dots. So window in lobby number 1 was opened. Window lobby number 2 was opened. The television in lobby number 2 is set to a very high volume. And a piece of the surveillance tape is missing. Putting the pieces together, we can learn this. The surveillance tape has audio. And in that audio was the gunshot. The one that killed Deed Man. Who's to say that the tape is not in the VCR of lobby number 2? Wait, no? No, wow, okay. What have I missed? Smell of flowers is in the air, but... So did you spill the perfume deliberately in lobby number 1? I mean, both windows are open. So what, she concocted a reason to have both windows open? That's all I've got if the other one wasn't, right? Oh, this is okay. It's simply not possible for the killer to have escaped through barred windows, that much we know. And yet the fragrance of the perfume managed to escape from defendant lobby number 1. Incorporeal things can move freely through these open barred windows. Okay, yes. Like smells and sounds. So, what else besides the smell can go both in and out of an open barred window? Well said. So no matter how careful the killer was, if the windows were open, the jig would be up. And since the windows in both defendant lobby number 1 and the hallway were open, that explains how the sound of a gunshot could be heard in both locations. And at that point, the gunshot could be heard, and the missing evidence is in lobby number 2. In the VCR. Right idea, I just jumped a step. Jumped a step. The video, which shows the moment in which Mr. Rell killed the embassy staff member, Deed Man. I'm never not going to say that name if I have an opportunity to. Deed Man. The sound of the gunshot left quite an impression on me when it played during the trial. That's alright, the bullet of the impression left... the bullet of the gun left an even bigger impression on Deed Man. He was deed. The video should have been returned to Mr. Faraday's evidence bag for the recess and brought back here. If it disappeared after that time, then it's possible that the tape is still here in this room. It is. Ding, 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 ding. Yep. We're standing right next to it. Well, you kids have fun. Go ahead and examine whatever you like. Alright. Well, it's forcing us to examine the TV, so yeah. Well, I'm gonna go straight for the VCR. It's a video player. There seems to be a videotape inside. The tape must have stopped on its own when it reached the end. This tape, could it not be the missing surveillance tape? Well, rewind it, you fucking moron. If I remember correctly, the footage of Rel killing the embassy staff member should be at about the 30-minute mark from the start of the tape. This should be about right. Let's see. Yep, so this is the missing surveillance tape. Missing piece of evidence? Yep, it was here all along. Yeah, so he's figured out the true source of the gunshot he heard. And we can figure out the trick behind the double murder. Not all of it, but we're getting there. Okay, you need to show what the gunshot detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from. Okay. Now to show what the gunshot detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from. Well, what they heard was the TV, or where they heard it from. I'm sorry. Where they heard it from was the TV. In fact, just to be safe, I'm going to do the speakers. Eureka! If the door and the windows to the crime scene, namely this room that we're in, were closed, the killer could have used the gun and no one would have been the wiser. However, what happened in reality was Detective Gumshoe, Detective Bad, and Miss Yu, all three of them heard the gunshot. Well, the windows in lobby number 1, number 2, and the hallway were open. Exactly. So naturally, the people in those locations could hear it. But why would the criminal open the window in the first place? To allow the gunshot to be heard, yes. But why was it necessary in the first place? Oh boy. I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate her perception of a certain fact. They were wanting to manipulate when the crime took place. And used the gunshot in the surveillance video to do it. That's why the tape was left running. And the fact that the tape is running for about 30 minutes as well is, in of itself is actually important, I would argue. The murders really occurred an earlier time than we thought. At least half an hour prior. Must have been during the recess before Detective Gumshoe was on guard duty. Someone who has no alibi for that time period. And planned this crime out in advance. That person is the real killer. Yes. And I know exactly who it is. Miss Yu is asking for you. She's in the courtroom. Well, that's handy. She said that she's identified the murderer, but that she wants to clarify something. Okay. Still investigating something. Yep. Oh, this ought to be good. It would appear that the time has come to uncover the truth. Yes. It's time to bring this to a close. Confrontation former Calisto U. Confrontation former? How long is this part? She really does look like a defense attorney standing there. Okay. I'm still investigating. Yeah, I can believe that. So, Kay isn't looking for the key? No. If it means I can keep her in the dark just a little longer, any little task will do. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Well, looks really can be deceiving. I've been waiting for you, Edgeworth. Nope, not quite. No, we haven't. I see we even have a viewer in the gallery. And why even Mr. Bad is a viewer in the gallery? Who's in the gallery? Oh, you mean Freddy. I have a duty to see this case through to the end. Hi, Saren. How you doing? Happy Friday to you, my dear. What's hanging? Congratulations on being #1. No matter how it turns out... Oh, no matter how it turns out. Okay, that was the... Fuck. I missed... I'm doing well, still working. It's been...
Hear ye. Let the record show that this viewer was here first.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your perspective, that is 100% correct. I've been looking at my viewer list the entire time that I've been streaming, and aside from BirdBot doing its thing, and PCG doing its thing, it hasn't moved a bloody inch until you came in. Alright. Alright. You have slaved away, Calisto. Tell me. Stop viewing the viewers list. Look, Saren, you're a streamer, so you know that that's easier said than done sometimes. You do this to have fun, and so do I. But at the same time, I also do it because I want to bring fun to other people. I want to create content. I want to be able to say, hey, I've done this. And if I can make a few bucks out of it as well, even better. But that's by the by. But when you've been at this for over 2 years, nearly 2.5 years at this point, and you look at your viewer list and you're consistently 1, 2, when even your regular viewers begin to dwindle, that hurts. I never view the viewer list, honestly. I didn't even know it was possible until like a month ago, but I do check the viewer count often. Yes, so it's funny because I do it the other way around. I don't check the viewer count. Unless I've got... The only reason I don't check the viewer count is if I don't have an easy way to check it without moving my settings. Also, hi, Mossy. But I have streamer.bot as the thing that runs the BirdBot brain. And one of the things it does is it shows you your viewer list. And I just hide the people that aren't present. And right now, I'll tell you exactly what my list is showing me right now. It is showing me myself as the broadcaster, Nightbot, Pokemon Community Game, Seribot, Stream Elements, and Wisebot. I don't know why Wisebot's here, but all of those are moderator bots, obviously. Apart from BCG, which is a bit of fun. And you. Even Mossy just disappeared a moment ago. I know he's still around, but he disappeared. Which means he popped into stream, dropped his emotes, and isn't playing the stream. Usually that's what that means. Okay, I retract my previous statement. Yeah, it hasn't... Okay, it hasn't put me on the list yet. Alright, well, I'll show you for myself what I'm seeing. So this is my other screen at the moment. This is a bit of birdie behind the scenes. So this is what I look at when I'm streaming a non-community game or a non-PC game. So like I'm on PS5 at the moment. So I technically have no need for a second monitor, but with my second monitor, it's nice to see what the heck is going on. I have a bigger chat on there so I can actually see it properly. And as a side effect of having the chat up, I've got the main window as well. So you see I've got the list on the left, and it just keeps updating. And even... now Sarah's disappeared, even though I know she's here. Okay, it's a bit finicky, but you know what I mean. Yeah, no, fair enough. Sometimes it does drop out occasionally, but it usually comes right back. Because it's on a... I think it's on a 30-second refresh. It hasn't put me on the list yet. I don't know why, as soon as I read that, Mossy, my instinct was, oh god, you might get this one. It's a wrestling quote as well. And it's like, you just made the list! I don't know, I can't remember exactly what it's from. I know it's WWF, but, or WWE, sorry. WWF, that's going back a bit. The List of Jericho. Yes, I'm so glad you understood it. I just didn't know the name of it myself, so thank you for teaching me. That's the thing with the viewer list and count. Twitch removes people periodically from the list of counts unless they stay active constantly. Stay active constantly. It only added me back after I sent a new message. Yeah, no, exactly. And it'll do exactly the same thing for me. So, like, if I just send gibberish as the bot, boom, now the bot's appeared. But for other people, this is the part I don't understand. For other people, usually you, but not always, Alyssa. Let's take Alyssa as a perfect example here. Alyssa, when she's in chat, when she's got the stream tabbed up, she gives me the golden tab, as she describes it. Her name never disappears. Never. So, I don't know what to make of that. Jean, my other mod, when she's here, the name never disappears. Other VIPs that I've had in the past, Maligo, for example, their names never disappear when they're here. Is it because she's a mod or she actually keeps the window active? Is pushing a claim button that comes up periodically? I don't know if she uses, like, better TTV. Twitch will take the viewer away if the stream gets muted or stops playing. Muted, no. Stops playing, yes. Anyway, you've seen enough of your own chat for a little bit, so let's go back to the game. I've run an experiment on my own channel, so I know fairly confidently that muting the stream does not remove a view, but stopping it from playing does. Sometimes tabbing out causes the player to bug out. I've noticed that as well, but generally it's only if I'm... From what I understand, and this is coming from Alyssa, so take this with a grain of salt. What I understand is you can have each account, each IP address can have up to 2 streams pulled up at the same time and count as a viewer and participant of both at the same time. If you pull a third one, it either doesn't count the third one or it disconnects one of the other 2. That's my understanding according to her. I don't know the intricacies of it myself, but yeah. I've taken statements in every single person's movements. That's kind of what I was just talking about with the bot. But no, it is demoralizing a little bit. Not so much because, oh, I've got a low viewer count or anything like that. Although that's definitely part of it, don't get me wrong. But, as I say, it's the fact that my regular viewers don't, like, I would say always show up. I don't have any expectation that they must always be here. I don't always expect that you, Sarah, and you, Bossman, must come to every stream or else. That's not realistic. Hell, I don't come to every single one of your 2 streams, so I wouldn't expect the same in return. Partly because that's usually because there's time zone constraints, but that's by the by. But you two have both got your regular viewers of your own channels. And there are people that are there without fail, more or less every single time. Maybe not at the very start, but at some point. Oh, for God's sake, now my alarm's going off. Jeez. Never a moment's peace. Alright. I hate you. I actually freaking hate you. Calisto, that is. Seriously, it is such a rush hour name. Okay, who's the real killer? Well, we're running out of people it could possibly be. Alright. Everyone sans the suspect has an alibi for when the gun went off. Furthermore, the areas around the crime scene have all been thoroughly investigated, right? I also confirmed that there is no possible escape route from lobby number 2, which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion, that Detective Gumshoe is the killer. Yeah, but you're... a good rebuttal. I can give you a good rebuttal. But I feel like there's more than... you know more than you're letting on. No need to confront her logic head on right now. I should instead focus on drawing out any trump cards. Okay. Alright, so we're not going head on at the moment. Fair enough. Well, I've only got 4 statements. There's not really a lot that I can draw out of her, but, well, I suppose I better get pressing.
Hold it!
Look, I know you heard from the judge earlier that the detective was in the hallway with Mr. Faraday's daughter eating a Swiss roll. And we have fingerprints to that effect. That was 20 minutes before the real gunshot went off. Okay. And the problem is there's no one else who can corroborate what you did since the snacking. Since the snacking! Oh, that sounds like the worst enemy in the world. The snackening. Okay. What do you think I'm doing, Miles? Okay, the areas around the crime scene have all been thoroughly investigated. Okay, have they?
Hold it!
Even if you believe it hasn't been exhaustive, the crime scene, lobby number 2, has no way out other than the hallway Detective Gumshoe was standing in. Now that fact I concede. And because he claimed to be there, that makes him the only possible suspect. Dude, you've seen the bars, right? Wasn't a scrap of evidence to suggest someone used one of the windows. Again, they're barred. How would anyone get out of them? There also weren't any footprints or anything in the courtyard garden. Very well. I also confirmed there's no possible escape route from lobby number 2. Now, how did you do that?
Hold it!
Why is this? This is a courthouse, the place where criminals are brought to be judged. Again, they're not judged to be criminals until they're found guilty. They're suspects until then. What kind of fucking defense attorney are you? You. It's just common sense, okay? Well, there is apparently something special about this place, so I don't know. Shut up, Freddy. I deserve that. Which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion that Gumshoe is the killer. Okay, why is it unshakable?
Hold it!
Who was it that placed the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand? Even if you know someone, it doesn't mean you know which hand they write with, right? Unless you watch them write, I suppose. I mean, I certainly don't care about that sort of thing. Okay. Alright, so I've pressed everything. I already have my trump card ready. All that remains is to play it. But before I do, I think I should inquire into a little something about her argument. Okay. Confirm the alibis of every person other than the suspect. I don't recall either Francisca or myself speaking with you about the subject. But there were witnesses. For you, there was your mentor who gave you an alibi. Okay. As for the little Missy, she came to the courthouse during the recess. And was stopped by a security guard at the door to the hallway. Presumably because she's 10 years old. She gave him quite a whipping for that, or so I heard. Basically, the only reason Francisca bothered to show up today was because she found out that I was to be the replacement prosecutor. Yeah, pretty much. What about everyone's alibis before Gumshoe was assigned to guard duty? Okay. Ooh, Magby. I do like Magby. And apparently I have one. I could say something to this, but I'm not going to. It doesn't matter when the killer went into lobby number 2. Well, it kind of does, actually. From the time we heard the gunshot to the time Mr. Bad and I arrived on scene as we dashed from lobby number 1, the only person who could have committed the crime was Detective Gumshoe. Wrong. Let's talk about what... Yeah, okay. If you go by your logic, then Gumshoe's the only one, yep. What if the crime had occurred at an entirely different time than when that gunshot you heard went off? The gunshot was a trap.
Objection!
I didn't even get a chance to read it! The gunshot we heard in lobby number 1. Care to explain how it could have been fabricated? Well, the surveillance video.
Take that!
This is the surveillance tape of Mr. Rell the prosecution presented in today's trial. Woo! I caught a Magby. Not a shiny, but I'll still take it. This is found loaded in the video player of lobby number 2. It was connected to the large television that had its volume turned all the way up. Ah, but I can. Which leads me to my next point. The murders occurred much earlier than when anyone heard the gunshot. After committing double homicide, the killer took the surveillance video out from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag, turned the television's volume all the way up, and left the video to play. If played from the beginning, it would take 30 minutes for the gunshot sound to come on. And since we now know that this method of time manipulation is possible, it opens up the possibility that the killer is someone other than Gummy.
Objection!
Okay. Of course. We know about the soundproof quality of the courthouse rooms. Yep. Of course, I'm not about to admit we had no idea until only a little while ago. Yeah. They don't need to know that. But if the rooms are soundproof, then we should not have been able to hear it. But you did hear it. And yet we heard the gunshot clear as day. How should I explain why she was able to hear a gunshot from a soundproof room? Well, the window was open. There was a hole in the wall. I'll take 20 quid out of it, please. Now we know that the window in lobby number 2 was opened by the killer. However, a window... now we know it was opened by number 2. A window in lobby number 1 was also opened.
Objection!
Coincidence? No. Try Providence.
Objection!
Why was the window opened in lobby number 1? Well, a certain person did something to cause the window to be opened. And the person who triggered that action is the real guilty party. Yep. The real killer in this double murder. But as much as I want it to be, it's not Manfred. It's not Burn Faraday. It's not Deed Man, he was already dead. It's not Mackerel. Well, it could be the Yatagarasu technically, but we don't know who it is. Kay is too young to become the second Yatagarasu at this point. It's not the Judge. It's not Gummy. It's not Tyrell Bad. It's not Manny Cochin. We haven't seen much of Manny Cochin, actually, but it's not him. Freddy's been with us the entire time. It's you. The murderer is Calisto Yu, Cece's sister.
Take that!
Man, I just got a message. Yes, I do. Okay. Of course I'm serious, because she's the only one who could have done it. You still feel like laughing now? My argument must not be tied enough yet. No, we haven't definitively proven it yet. I never thought things would spiral into this. I'll have you know I'm enjoying this dance quite a bit. Are you now? I'll stop making the jokes. Okay, time for my own rebuttal. Yep, have at you. Literally. You argue that the window was opened. However, do you have proof that it was I who did that? Furthermore, do you have proof that the tape was used in committing the crime? Frankly, I'm shocked at you for going around accusing people of murder like this, especially with logic full of holes as yours. That's quite a blunt acquittal. Or, I mean, rebuttal. Alright, the perfect proof. Okay. Why does the answer seem ridiculously obvious here? Like, too obvious. Because, yeah, I think this is the line we gotta present on. Like, I don't need a press or anything, I think it's literally just this. Because both rooms did smell sweet, but the first room less so. It's gotta be the perfume, surely. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell that says in the middle. No, I have no idea.
Objection!
I promise I wasn't stalling just so I could hear more of the music. I never knew you were into wearing that kind of fuck you. It's not exactly what I'd recommend for boys, you know. Yeah, well, 21st century, bitch, deal with it. Yeah, it's Franny's. It's you can pretend all you like, but we know at least this much is for sure. You are the one who gave this bottle of perfume to Detective Bad. You're super easy. So what about her? Okay. While you were in lobby number 1, you made a big show of spilling some of this perfume. That's according to Detective Bad. No what? He also knew that if you spilled it, you would naturally move to open a window.
Objection!
After we opened the window in lobby number 1, I just left it open. Uh-huh. So maybe it was just dumb luck that we heard the gunshot through the window.
Objection!
No. No chance. The timing of when you were going to spill the perfume is something you could control. And the most important fact about this case is when people were made to hear the shot. Furthermore, it would have been pointless if you didn't have an alibi for yourself at the time. Yep. Bad was a scapegoat. You were the one who called Detective Bad into Lobby 1. You saw him bring Detective Gumshoe into the hallway. Yeah, that's going back a bit, but it's true. All of today's premeditated events could only have been thought up by you, Miss You. You're actually going to deny it? Also, well done with the lipstick there. I couldn't have killed Mr. Faraday, and why not? You want this to be the last testimony? Oh, make it a good one. Why can't it be you? Accusing someone of murder over a spilled bottle of perfume is a bit over the top. That alone I kind of agree with, but yeah. But I suppose forgery of evidence is to be expected of a disciple of Von Karma. Oh, she's heard that rumor. In any case, it simply could not have been me who killed Mr. Faraday. And again, why not? After all, I don't even know where the knife that was used to kill him came from. No, I don't think it is. If I'm lacking in information, I'll just draw it out of her. Alright, we're gonna pump the absolute life out of her. Not in that way. Alright, so I think I'm gonna have to press a little bit here.
Hold it!
If this is the last testimony, they're not gonna make it easy. That's certainly one word for him. Determined may be a better one.
Hold it!
Everyone's suing everyone! Yeah, that's more believable. Would you kindly whip her ass? It simply could not have been me who killed Mr. Faraday. And okay, why not? Nice try, asshole.
Hold it!
And Moss, if you're still here, That is why I recommend Cerimot. There was a message here. It's gone now. And so's the guy that actually posted it. They automatically banned them. Ooh! And perfect timing for you to turn up. Ladies and gentlemen, don't fuck up with Shuckle. My measures seem to be pretty effective. No, fair enough. I'm just saying because it was brought up in yesterday's stream. Well, get on with it. Okay, nice to know you like it slow and steady, but that's nothing to do with this. I like hitting the ban button, it makes me feel powerful. Well, you've threatened me with it twice. So, yeah. I don't think they're legitimate threats, but, yeah. I think if they were legitimate threats, you would not still be coming here. Just slightly.
Objection!
What? Like I have some sense of control in my life. I fuckled with Shuckle and I won it. Let's get on with it. As I was saying, I couldn't possibly have killed Mr. Faraday. Okay. After all, I don't even know where the knife that was used to kill him came from. Okay.
Hold it!
If she really was the one who killed Mr. Faraday, she must have known about the existence of the knife. Which then begs the question, how did she know about the knife? The knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday was taken from his evidence bag. But you don't recall a knife being presented at the trial earlier today? Correct. The evidence was something Mr. Faraday had yet to use. There's no knife inside Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. No knife per se. The only evidence he had yet to present was the key the Yaragaratsu had sent. Yet you knew. And unless a key can magically turn into a knife, you really don't have a leg to stand on. Yeah, about that. My dear, you just trapped yourself. We had nothing to do with it. As many times as I'd like. I just need one. There was a key in his evidence bag, but you can't kill anyone with a simple key. Who said the key was anything but simple?
Objection!
Again, I suppose I could have done the photo, yes. Which means that what was inside Mr. Faraday's bag was both the key and the knife. You knew that the key was inside Mr. Faraday's bag. Yep. And with the key alone, it's more than possible to kill Mr. Faraday. Yep, and you did.
Objection!
You're not done? I still haven't had a good look at it. That's definitely a lie that could be taken out of context, I think. That could definitely be taken out of context. Can't have you accused me of a crime with false evidence. False evidence? I wouldn't do such a thing. You knew that the knife and the Yatagarazu's key are one and the same. Yes, you did. Otherwise, someone like you, who isn't a member of law enforcement, and who would have never been privy to this trick, would have never known about it to begin with. There's something that the Yatagarazu sent to the police. How did you have knowledge as to what it was? No, you didn't. Just before you drank Mr. Rell off, he told me. He also told me about the key turning into a knife at that time. No, he didn't. But he didn't tell me about how the key actually transforms.
Objection!
Liar. Mr. Pharisee himself didn't know about the hidden knife within the key.
Objection!
Oh, but he did.
Objection!
This Detective Bad didn't know about the knife aspect either. Yeah, that's true. What would have been highly classified information even within the police force, and is something that even the lead detective on the case didn't know, you did. And at the end of the day, Faraday was a prosecutor, not a defense attorney. So what's everyone's plans for this evening, my friends? I'd like to state that I also know how you know the real nature of the knife. Oh jeez, you're not about to say what I think you're about to say, are you? Only one person would have had knowledge of it from the get-go, jeez. Just trying to make it through the last hour of work at this point. I'll figure out plans later. I feel you, buddy. What is that emote? Okay, fine, fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, we have yet another Deed Man. Or should I say, Deed Boss Man. So only one person would have had knowledge of it from the beginning. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the first Yatagarazu.
Take that!
used Mr. Rel to lure Mr. Faraday into a trap. You who profess to bear a grudge against criminals. Oh, she's off on one. Okay, she's really off on one. Who would have thought that you, a stupid rookie prosecutor, would see through me? You're sending the biggest chill down my spine right now, Edgeworth. This feeling of thrill, it's even greater than when I sneak into someplace. It's not. Because my real identity is, yes, the great thief Yadagarasu. Let me tell you something, Edgeworth. Mr. Faraday was one difficult man to deal with. For you see, he had discovered my true identity. Which is why I had to erase him from the world of law. I made Rel an offer, an acquittal for a little favour in return. All he had to do was accuse Mr. Faraday of being the Yadagarasu in court. But once we entered the recess, Rel was dragged off by Mr. Faraday, which threw my plan into a complete mess. I chased after them and eavesdropped on them through a crack in the door. That Rel caves to only two things: money and authority, just as all thugs do. I feared my plan was going to be ruined if Mr. Faraday held on to Rel any longer. Plus, if I had let them continue on the way they were, I would have been found out. That's why I had no choice. I had to kill them both. Of course she hasn't. Maybe? Complete this sentence. It was your plan to kill Mr. Faraday with the very evidence that you sent. I anticipated that Mr. Faraday was going to prove that Rel wasn't the Yadagarasu by using this key as evidence, and that he would bring it with him. Which is why I thought to use the knife portion. With a weapon as well disguised as this, no one would be the wiser. Because who in their right mind would think something like this could be a weapon? Well, us. I casually entered lobby number 2 on the pretext that I had to talk with Mr. Faraday. And in order to get with him, I pretended to be worried about something. He then let me hold the Yadagaratsu's key, just like that. He never noticed that I had changed the key into a knife inside that plastic bag. And he didn't have the chance to take note of the knife that took his life. I knew him for a long time, you know. At the very least, I thought to give him a quick and painless death. If you killed Mr. Faraday first, there was no need for you to kill Mr. Rel as well. I mean, he was just a witness to a murder, so yeah. I believe I mentioned why when we were placing Detective Gumshoe under arrest. Something about having accidentally created an eyewitness. And how that led the killer to think about setting them up as though they'd killed each other. The trick with the surveillance tape? Yeah. I hadn't actually planned to use a gun. The risk was too high that I'd be caught. However, that's when I remembered the existence of that surveillance tape. Which is why I had Rel help me set up the crime scene. And after all was said and done, I rewarded him for all his hard work with a bullet. She ain't a defense attorney. If you want to talk about who was a client of who's first, it was me. Huh? I was the client in the murder of the Cadopian Embassy staff member, Deed Man. And of course a Duskwar now spawns. Yes. You still haven't figured it out, Mr. Bad. I had Deed Man killed because he was about to give away info about the smuggling ring. Now, who exactly do you think would benefit from such an assassination? What? The Yaragaratsu is a member of the smuggling ring. What? Oh, Manny Coaching. There's a name again. I guess you'll never know. Oh. Yep. Be quiet, you! What? Did you know? The Yaragaratsu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is? Because she's well endowed? I don't fucking know. Let me tell you. It means that the Yaragaratsu has more than one razor-sharp way to do her work. Holy shit. Well, I didn't see that coming. I really didn't see that coming. That might be my thumbnail for the video, actually. Or is that... No, that may be too much of a spoiler. But anyway, I might keep it anyway. He even handed the Yaragaratsu's key right to me without a second thought. Everything may not have gone according to plan, but I'll still gladly take it. She is? Give me a couple minutes. Sorry about this. Sorry about that, folks. That just, I just needed to see what Alyssa needed. It's quite alright. I don't think she actually knew I was live. Which is weird, because it's not like I don't post it. Anyway. Wait, so she was after the key more than anything else? Oh, hi, Kay. Bye. If that's not thumbnail material, I don't know what is. Oh, well, I guess we're not catching her just yet. Where the fuck do you think Kay went? Oh god, another one? Oh shit, maybe we're not done. Alright. Okay, maybe we are done. Looks like she got away. Call the precincts. They should have a perimeter set up soon. Somehow I don't think that's going to help. Just got another hole in my jacket. There's a hole in my jacket, dear Liza, there's a hole in a jacket. But more importantly, Mr. Hedgehog, thank you for using my fucking names for once. Are you two hurt? No. Just pride. Speaking of Kate, what do you mean, where is she? I thought she was with you. Oh, and, hey, Detective Gumshoe? Oh. I'm sorry I doubted you. You fucking should be. Don't worry, sir. Okay. Well, look, I lied to you guys too, after all. You're way too fucking proud of that fact. Lying while giving testimony is still unforgivable. Agreed. Well, say goodbye to your salary. But in this case, you were protecting Kay and her feelings. Looks like you just might have what it takes to be a real detective. Yeah, you say that now. And to be fair, he never does lose that detective spirit. Pops. I should get back to the investigation. Yes, you should. I swear I'll catch you if it's the last thing I do. No comment. Maybe we'll run into each other again someday. Maybe you'll have a new jacket by then, too. Of course we did. It'd be a pretty boring game if I didn't. Are you really still depressed? Well, even if we didn't have his own testimony, I think that lawyer would have found another way to get you convicted on her behalf. Yeah, probably. Oh, trust me, I can. I mean, you're no Sergeant Meekins, but still. Well, so long as you're not fired, you should work hard to give all that you have and perform your duties well. Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to be, you know, ramen for the rest of your life. Oh, and one more thing. Kay left a present for you with me. Present? Oh yeah, she did. You're right. You're absolutely right. I completely forgot about that. The Swiss roll.
Take that!
Well, at least get out of the courtroom before you open it. The Swiss rolls Detective Gumshoe and Kay bought together. While the one Kay saved never reached her father, it would appear that her sentiments have touched the heart of this detective. I mean, not wrong. It's like I'm in Swiss roll paradise or something. Oh, Christ. We have... Yeah, we have no idea where the hell she's ended up. But first what? You know what, pal? Actually, I guess I shouldn't be so rude to you anymore, huh? Maybe an idea. Okay, I take it back. That's gonna be my thumbnail. And on that day, many years of bullshit happened. Or began, anyway. Yes. I just hope it doesn't smell perfume. Thus, like a bad dream, my first outing at court came to a disturbing end. A few months later, I was finally able to properly stand in court as a prosecutor. But the detective in charge of the investigation was, as I dreaded, Detective Gumshoe. After that, he became my direct subordinate. I have tried, but words fail to describe the immeasurable suffering he has caused me. But I suppose that's just how things are. As for the little girl who suddenly disappeared, she's now 17 years old and standing right in front of us. Yes. You're not going to blow your nose in my cravat again, are you? Couldn't possibly forget about you after that. Of course he cares. He might be an idiot, but he still cares. Went to go live with my mother's relatives. Fair enough. Also fair enough. I was going through my father's bookshelves recently.
Hold it!
Like, why the fuck you're still at Gatewater Park? First of all, why did you come all this way to see me? And second, why are you calling yourself the Yadagaratsu? More specifically, the second Yadagaratsu. She's not? The real Yadagarasu was my father. Okay. Like I said, I was going through my father's bookshelf recently, and I found a secret diary hidden among his books. I have no regrets in choosing to walk the path of the Yadagarasu. That was written in his diary, and that's how I know for sure. Alright, how do you explain this? What, you mean a little thief? It's a way of disarming any security system the user's choosing. Truth be told, this is the Yadagarasu's greatest secret. This little gizmo was used by my father. father worked really hard to steal the truth. So Callisto Yu wasn't the Yatagarasu, but she was part of the smuggling ring? But he was killed and the Yatagarasu was no more. But despite that, the Yatagarasu has been spotted again recently. Wait, what? Take a look at this article. Yatagarasu sends card to embassy. Ooh. Meaning this person's a fake. I'm almost certain that Calisto Yu lady's behind this. Because the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a gaudy card out. But the Yatagarasu did send a white card along with anything to be publicized. And that's what Detective Bad told me 7 years ago, if memory serves. As soon as I heard the news, I got all wound up and I knew I just couldn't let it go. So I searched you out so that I could obtain the truth behind the Yatagarasu. Because if anyone can help me find it, I figure it's you. I mean, he's literally the title of the game, okay? So, yeah. So you're saying that I have your father's and Miss Yu's identities backwards? Okay. For God's sake, you haven't changed a bit. What I want from you is not to steal something. What I want is the arrest of that evil woman. I think it's too hard for me to catch her all by myself. But I thought that since you were able to expose her for who she is, then maybe. I do believe I owe you. You don't owe her anything! You're her cravat! I mean, she owes you a cravat. Oh wait, no, she gave you it back, never mind. No, okay, no, you're square. When Miss Yu made her escape, it was you who saved my life. Furthermore, you helped me with the investigation today. That being the third case, I'm presuming. I'm not so rude as to leave favors unrepaid. Okay. That case has been weighing down my soul ever since that fateful day, 7 years ago. Perhaps the time has come to settle things once and for all. If you don't intend to sully your hands at a crime, then I believe I can help you. Even though you've completely forgotten about her until just now. What is with their chummy relationship? What? Men and women can't be friends? The great thief Yatagarasu. After all that time, the true identity of the thief sank back into the darkness. Burned Faraday, Calisto Yu, and Kay Faraday. Oh, for God's sake. The phantasmagorically changing identity of the great thief Yatagarasu. That was a surprisingly hard sentence to say. And the Yatagarasu's real goal. It would all come to light the day after I made that promise to Kay. And with that, we are done with Chapter 4. Okay, yep. we're done with it. So of course I'm gonna save the game here. Of course I am. And if I recall, episode 5 is the final one. So, as usual, what do you say I give a little teaser? Turnabout ablaze. Two cards. One of the Black Raven and one of the White Raven. A country torn in two. One to the west and one to the east. When those which were split were made whole again, the truth will reveal itself. And that's where I'm going to leave it. Alrighty, folks. So a bit of a shorter stream today. I do appreciate that, but I definitely stand by my decision to split the last stream where I did, given that this was still nearly 3 hours ahead of where I split it. Whoops. But yes, thank you all so much for stopping by. It was another quiet stream today. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you sticking by. Moss and Seren especially. I appreciate you sticking by and, you know, just thank you for your moral support, the both of you. It's not always easy, but yeah, you both have helped, so thank you. Anyway, let me see who we are raiding real quick. We did Kisa yesterday, didn't we? Alright, I know where we're going. Someone I've not raided in a while. Alright. I pulled their page up and the first thing I heard was, he has a cute wee bum, a sexy wee bum. Do me a favour, ladies and gentlemen. Ask Sarah what the fuck she's on about. So yeah, I am gonna send you all over to Sarah doing a little bit of Valorant, I believe it is. And we will bring this game to a close in the next couple of streams or so. Or at least the first game, anyway. Until then, remember, folks. You are you, but you are not you. You's me, and I am you. And Sarah is doing God fucking knows what. Just go question her. Take care, folks.